Okay. Hey guys. Thank you for joining us tonight. We are trying to bring you a little bit of early evening recovery inspired hope. Basically, I just wanted to come on here to talk about self-care. I want to talk about stress. I want to talk about self-care. I want to talk about the importance of self-care. What is it? What does it look like, especially for us in the recovery community who live, breathe, sleep, or don't sleep recovery, right? We're carrying stuff all the time. And I want to put out there some resources, some examples, and I brought Adam on here so he can talk from like a male point of view on different ways that we deal with stress.
Yeah, because we both deal with stress differently.
Very differently.
So I've noticed between us.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Cool.
So, pretty much, there's been... So this month has been really hard in the recovery community. This month, I can't even tell you. I think the last time was maybe a year or 2 years ago when I have seen so many deaths and tragedies in the recovery community.
Yeah, like one occurs and then like you're still in the mental state of mourning the loss of that person, and then another person,
right,
another person,
and another one. It's just like so much this last month. Who's that? Oh, Maria. So basically, I kind of want to talk about like, what do we do when we get stressed? Like, how do we handle stress?
How should we handle it, or how do I handle it?
How do we handle it?
I mean, I still handle it poorly. I'm just being real with you. I sometimes go to that deep, dark place, and I stay there. I lose self-value and self-worth, kind of thing. Now, should we do it? I mean, there's a multitude of ways. What do you think?
Well, for me, like, when I get stressed out, I have to, like, really find myself centered in prayer and centered in, like, calm things. So, like, a lot of you don't know, I had some stuff go on probably last month, or was it 2 months ago? It was in June with some heart stuff, right? And I had to stop drinking caffeine. So I literally walk around all day and I drink chamomile, lavender, calming tea, right? So I constantly am trying to keep myself grounded and keep myself calm. I drink calming tea. People think that my job is like, oh, I do massage therapy, right? So, oh wow, you must have such an amazing stress-free job doing massage all day. And that is not...
I don't think there's many stress-free jobs anymore out there.
Right. Well, massage therapy is not a stress-free job. It's very stressful, actually, especially when you have a caseload like I do, where, I'm dealing with a lot of mental health, trauma. I'm so blessed to get to work on, like, the whole recovery community comes to see me for massage. If you haven't yet, then you are so missing out, and everybody will tell you that you are. So, when things get stressed out for me, let's say I'm having like a super stressful day. I've overscheduled myself. Overexerted.
Whether it be schedule or anything else, just an exertion of energy. I ran myself into the ground.
Yes,
which
definitely.
Sometimes us drug addicts like to do that,
right.
Especially for me as a man. Like I want to push so hard, I want to like run myself into the dirt, but then I arrive in the dirt and I'm like, over it.
Exactly. So basically, like, looking for warning signs, right? Like, how do you know? Chelsea Jean, that's Justin Smith's wife.
Hey, Chelsea.
So basically looking for the warning signs. Like, for me, how do I know when I'm about to be stressed out, when I'm on the verge of a freak out? How do I know? For me, I can tell because I get anxious, right? So I've got some anxiety going on. My heart's going a little bit faster. I'm not taking deep breaths, right? I'm kind of shallow breathing, right? And it's like, those are my, Thank you, Maria. She's the sweetest.
Sister Tracy, I see you in there.
So basically, when I find these like warning signs, I have to do some things. So for me, at my massage therapy office, right, I have essential oils there, right? I keep lavender on hand, I keep peppermint on hand, and essential oils are super, super helpful for me to calm myself down. Becoming grounded, whether I have to go into the bathroom and get on my knees and pray, which is something I've had to do before, whether I have to just reassure myself, like look in the mirror, like, Jamie, you are going to make it. You are going to do it. It's going to be great. You just have a couple more. You're going to make it through this day. Like kind of being like my own cheerleader, right? Like we all need a cheerleader. And sometimes we have to be our own cheerleader because there's nobody else there, right?
For sure.
Maybe letting somebody in on what's going on.
Like a vent partner? A vent buddy?
A vent buddy, yes. Or somebody just to process things through, right?
Right, like, hey... In your case, hey sister. In my case, hey brother. Am I going nuts, or and then you just lay out the circumstance. And for me as a man, sometimes by having an accountability partner, a sponsor, or whatever you want to call it, like by the time I'm done explaining what I'm dealing with, I've almost been able to correct my own problem just by letting it out, kind of thing. Because us guys like to hold on to it.
And so. Oh, John Taylor. Hi.
John Taylor. Hey, Sandy. I see you, Tracy. Hope you're doing okay with that.
Definitely. And I feel like as the man, you try to carry more,
without
right?
a doubt. Yeah. I mean, ain't I supposed to be that one dude with the globe? What's his name? Anybody know that dude with the globe? I can't think of him. But the weight of the world on the shoulders, right? It's my job as a man to produce, a man to be the strong one, a man to, and a lot of that's driven by ego. A lot of that's, learned behavior from generations and generations and generations. Yeah, but I definitely I even feel like that right now. Yeah. Yeah.
And, we have a lot of stressful things going on right now. We're actually coming to the end of our stressful thing. Wedding planning is not for the faint of heart.
No.
It is a lot.
It's not for the slim pocketbook either. So we found out. We're looking at a good time though. That's all that matters, right?
Absolutely. So, okay. So we covered, feeling stressed. Like, how do we know? What are the warning signs? What can you do? So self-care, when you are completely like ragged out, when you've done too much, what are some things? Yes, stress management. Thank you, Tracy. No A-bombs.
It's an inside joke.
Oh. Okay.
We retired the A-bombs.
Oh, okay.
No, they used to... okay, so real quick, they used to call me the A-bomb because I'd be going off on people. They'd be like, no filter. I'd just run up in you and run up on you. And then if I got snappy, right, because we're talking about stress management until we went into this, they used to have an A-snap, which is when I would just snap on you, and an A-bomb when I would just boom the situation. So that's John Taylor. Big shout out, John Taylor.
Yes, so these days we're learning to deal with stress in much different ways. So basically, I wrote down some things to do for stress. So number one, essential.
What you do, or just what?
Just what people can do in general.
Okay.
What anybody can do.
All right.
Okay. So one of the things that I put down is essential oils. So essential oils are great. It is a great way to basically kind of like change the way you feel in a healthy way very quickly.
Like what? Like peppermint and lavender? Like when you say that as a man, what is an essential oil? Like is that the coconut that we just fried the steak in?
No. So essential oils, you can get them at any store like CVS, everywhere. Walmart sells them. And basically it can kind of change your mood. So I use them in massage, right? Uh-huh. So especially in the recovery community, I use essential oils in massage. So basically people, if you are coming in and you are like feeling, like you have no energy and you have to go out and job search and stuff like that. Hey, Chase.
What up, Chase? We see you in there, bruh.
then if you come in and you need some energy, I'm going to hook you up with some grapefruit essential oil, right? And that's
so you're telling me like the oil from a grapefruit will do something to you?
Yes. Yes.
Really?
It actually will like affect your brain, and it will energize you. So lavender kind of like calms you down. That's why I'm drinking this lavender chamomile tea. It calms you down. So you just put some on the inside of your wrist and just take 3 deep breaths.
You're serious right now.
Yes, and it
hear that, guys? Just got to rub some juice on your wrist and go.
Essential oils, yes. And they work. You can also use colored light bulbs. Colored light bulbs is something I've been studying for a long time.
Which is why we have an outdoor light that is not a bright white.
Right. And you can, I'll miss you too, Deborah.
Hey, Deborah.
Yes, lavender is for sleep. Yes,
really?
Absolutely.
For sleep mode?
Yes.
Really?
Lavender, chamomile, I love them. So essential oils you can do a lot with. You can just look it up, Google search essential oils. You can even Google search the acupressure points, the points on your body to put them on for different things. If you have migraines, you can use them. If you are feeling like, grief, you can use them. And they're just great. They're great for everything. The next thing I have written down is pets. Now, I don't know about you guys,
but...
Like
a cat and a dog?
Yes, pets. Emotional pets, service pets. One of my favorite treatment facilities out here, acceptance recovery centers, they use pets. They have emotional support dogs and pets, animals. They can help you when you're stressed out to like calm you down.
Right, like an emotional support dog?
Right, absolutely. Like if you don't have a dog, call one of your friends who has a dog. Go see them. Pets. Okay, the next thing is journaling. Why is journaling so powerful when it comes to stress?
For me, I would have to just guess because, I would say 99% of men don't journal. It's almost like that accountability partner, that person, that vent buddy. It's like you're able to get it out. Like instead of retaining it, that bad emotion, that bad feeling, that bad whatever adjective you want to put on it, like that irregular feeling, it allows you to convey it onto paper by way of like getting rid of it a little bit.
It helps you to process.
Hey Angela, we see you.
It helps you to process. So journaling is very powerful. The next thing that I have down is an Epsom salt bath. Ladies and gentlemen, take the time to soak in some Epsom salt, especially if you guys who are out there who are athletic, who are running around working all day long. Epsom salt baths are going to be your friend. They are your time by yourself. They are your time to decompress, have some quiet time with, your higher power. So definitely Epsom salt baths, like those are amazing forms of self-care. I love it. I like to do CBD bath bombs. Adam got me some amazing ones. I love them. They're great. Also, uplifting music. How many of you did not know that you can actually look up music frequency to change your mood and to help you with things?
That's like white noise, I think, right?
They're like megahertz. Like it'll be like this megahertz for this one for this. I don't know what they are off the top of my head.
Right.
But you can do that, or you can listen to some kind of like, worship music, or some kind of like whatever your favorite throwback is. You know what I mean? Throw on some TLC,
some slow jams.
Right. Listen to whatever you want to listen to. Something
that stimulates you.
Something that is going to help you when you're dealing with stress. To kind of change. We're talking about healthy things to change the way you feel, right? There's so many ways to do it.
What are some of the healthy ways that y'all currently use?
Yes.
That make you feel better? What's a couple of different things that y'all are watching that you use to make yourself feel better? Because I'm just going to be real with you real quick. Essential oils and journal and take a bath in some salt, that's really not a man's way. Maybe, I've been practicing a couple of them. I dang sure ain't journaling just yet. And we have a pet fish, so I'm getting closer.
Right.
But I guess the uplifting music for a guy, because we try to be the tougher, more masculine approach.
So uplifting music. I put coloring. You could color, that's good, or art.
Right, like something to keep the mind off of
Yes.
what you're freaking out about, what you're worried about, what you're stressing about. Right, so it's just like keep the brain busy, almost like like finding a puzzle, like whatever.
Absolutely,
something to not dwell in the horrible state of mind.
Exactly. So when you're in that dark place, when you're having those obsessive, compulsive thoughts.
Car rides with the windows down and some good music.
Yes,
that's right.
Yes.
Cleaning.
Hey,
not me.
It does it.
Good for you. We're glad. No, but that really could be one thing. John Taylor, black screen meditation. He's been using that for a long time now. I think he's been doing that black screen meditation for about a year now. And then she said just moving in general. Just getting not sitting there, right? Because when I sit there, I dwell, and then I get into that dark place in my head that's easy to get to and on the verge of impossible to get out of.
Right, and for me, mine is running.
Yeah,
so moving
because
definitely.
there's no objective. The objective is your next step, you know?
Right. When I'm running, the only thing that I'm worried about is that next step and counting my breaths and making sure that I'm breathing. So especially, and I can get some good speed out there, especially if I'm aggravated. If Adam stressed me out.
This guy said watching our videos.
Yes.
You better be here in October, John Taylor. All these jokes, I'm gonna put you up on the main screen. We talked about go for a walk or a run already.
Right.
One of my favorite.
Gardening.
Yes.
Yeah. Gardening. That is a good one. Adam loves to garden. For those of you out there, I mean, planting something. Yeah,
or just even like making landscaping. Like, you know, gardening doesn't have to be like dig the hole and put the plant, but like just outdoor activities. Because like, you know how, you know, she was saying going for a car ride or cleaning, or he was saying watching the videos, or you were saying running. Like when I'm out there, there's not a lot of thought to it. Like that stress comes from such an abundance of thought for me, you know, so it allows me to not think. Right. Well, it allows me to think, but not at the level or the intensity of like anxiety.
Right. Exactly.
The sun makes you happier. When you sit down, you have too much time to think. Yes.
I love the sun. Sun does make me happier for sure.
Sun makes me sunburnt.
Funny movies and comedy clips. Look, all the crazy people out there on TikTok, you can laugh for hours on TikTok, okay?
For sure.
So, you know what I mean? Just breaking, you know, TikTok, that's what, 30-second video. You can,
not even 15,
you know what I'm saying? 15, 30 seconds. You can watch a couple TikToks, get out of that messy, yucky mindset, okay?
What's up, Jeremy? I see you in there, bro.
Also, here's another one. Creating a vision board. Now, if you're feeling like depressed, or you're feeling like, you know, you've got so much going on, you don't know which way to go, you're having some confusion in your life.
Right.
Creating a vision board is so powerful because it allows you to put out there. So what a vision board is you take like a poster board and you take...
Or dry erase.
Or dry erase, yeah. So basically... magazines and like cut out pictures and like you paste them on there. Another
way that was really successful for me on the vision board, instead of actually the photos, because it's like seeing what you're about to achieve, I would write down short-term goals, medium-term goals, and long-term goals. And I remember in the beginning stages of doing it, I would do things like silly, like don't cuss nobody out today. That was a short-term goal of mine. And as I kept achieving it.
Goal.
Yeah, definitely. And then like a medium goal would be like pay rent early. Get John Taylor, because I rented a place from him. Having a go-to person, having someone to talk to. Yes. Connecting with loved ones in conversation. Definitely. My best friend Lucy, I mean, she is just my go-to. I trust her because you guys remember, not everybody is for you. So whoever your go-to person is, make sure you just have like one or two. You know what I'm saying? That, you know what I mean? Because sometimes you be telling your business and then all of a sudden everybody else is telling your business too, right? Right. Somewhere between trust a person and a loose lip can sink a ship.
Right. Yes. Very good.
Definitely.
Very good. Okay, another one. Buy yourself flowers.
What kind of flower should I buy myself?
You can
a lavender one so I can take a nap.
Buying yourself flowers is a great way to reward yourself with self-care. Writing yourself a love letter. Now,
how would that look?
Some of you think that that might sound silly, but for me, okay, I would say, Jamie, you are such an amazing person. I'm so proud of you for how much money you've saved. I'm so proud of you for the things that you've accomplished.
Like
you
a gratitude letter to yourself?
Right, like a gratitude letter to yourself. Like you have really pretty hair. I really like your skin. Yes, having you time, right? So having that time and
super important because,
yes,
like for me as a man, you know, we were talking about trying to carry the load, and like I'm selling air conditioners in North Georgia. It's hot out here. We're doing the recovery community stuff. We're about to get married. I don't give myself no you time. Like I forced myself to take next weekend off and have some Adam time because, like us boys, man, I'll push myself to an early grave and won't even realize it. I'll push myself to injury, whether that be mental or physical. And once you get there, it's hard to come back. John Taylor, retail therapy. So shopping, go buy yourself something nice like a flower, like she said, or whatever you like.
Right. The next one is Adam's favorite. Take a nap.
That wasn't the next one, but that is my favorite. Yes. Naps are important. Who's with me?
Yes.
Who on this live takes naps?
Yes, napping, intentional naps, not just passing out because you're so tired, but taking initiative with your self-care by scheduling a nap. Okay, so that can be very, very helpful, especially
like that's how I treat myself. You know, like I don't really do a whole bunch of stuff to the initial things that we've mentioned so far, but like that's one way I treat myself.
Right.
That's right, Jeremy. Nap time. Hey, my people in Florida used to call me #NapNation.
So taking intentional naps. Another thing you could do is redecorate. Redecorate something.
The house.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Anything that like redecorating. I mean, I just rearranged, added something on our bookshelf, and I was like all excited about it because it was all colorful. You know, stuff like that.
And then fall's coming for me, and I just love, you know, like this is only going to be the second time I got to see leaves change colors because they don't do that where we come from in South Florida. But yeah, like Christmas, decorate the house, just something to change it up.
Right, some kind of redecorating, organizing, decluttering, you know, because when things get cluttered, your mind can get cluttered, right? So decluttering things. Next one I have was prayer, make a God box or a prayer board.
What is a God box?
So a God box is basically you would take like a shoe box or something to that effect, right? And you slit a hole in the top and you
like a letter box?
Yeah, but you write prayers in it, like things that you need done. And literally like you write it like say like my sister, she was looking for an apartment, right? So we wrote down she in a new place to live, and we took it and we folded it and we put it in the God box, or you write it on the prayer board, and then it's not in your hands anymore. You're not carrying it anymore, right? So you're handing it over like physically and mentally.
We got organizing tools.
Yep.
Yes. I do that all the time in my AC work truck. Let that OCD go a little crazy with it so I can just focus on that one thing. And then I journal and then tear the pages out and burn it. Yes. What's that? A burn letter or something, right?
Yes, that's great.
Yeah, we actually just talked about the whole burn letter thing not but a week or two ago, not far from here. Yeah, that's awesome. That's a really good one. Yes. If you're just joining us, what are some of the things that y'all do for your own self-care? You know, there's so many different things to do. There's so many different ways to have self-care. My favorite one is take a nap, which I'll probably do after this video is over.
And okay, the next one I have is say nice things to yourself in a mirror. So that might feel
That's a hard
weird,
one though,
right?
Because I want to say bad things to myself when I'm stressed out. Like I'm a piece of, it's all my fault. Like I'm so good at telling myself the wrong stuff. How do you tell yourself the right stuff when you're during self-care?
So positive
what does that look like?
Affirmations in the mirror. Especially this is what I do in the morning. Like this is part of my early morning get up, you know, I am affirmations, looking in the mirror. I am strong. It's the most powerful thing you can say to yourself is the two words, I am. And whether you put something good there or you put something bad there is going to determine it, right? So let's learn to lift each other, lift ourselves up, right? So I am powerful. I am strong. I am beautiful. I am courageous. I am bold. And saying these things to yourself, and maybe you don't believe it, but if you say them enough,
right, you're bound to believe it at some point.
You have to believe it.
I am not going to be upset with my boss or my coworkers today. I am a good person. This is a good day.
Yes, right. Yes, exactly.
What's up, JP? I see you in there. We appreciate you.
Write a poem. That's another one for those of you.
Does every poem have to rhyme? I don't think so, right?
Oh, no.
Okay.
It's your own poem. It's unique to yourself. Write a poem and do, like, it's just getting yourself in the creative part of your brain, right? Which is getting yourself out of the problem-focused part of your brain.
Right.
By getting into the creative part of your brain. Write a poem. Sing.
I'm a horrible singer.
Sing loud.
Doobie-dup-dup. What was that Hanson when I was like 20 years ago? Sorry.
Yes. Sing, okay? Sing loud, sing whatever.
Proud.
Sing proud, sing loud.
What do they say? Sing like no one's listening.
Yes, sing like no one's listening. And that right there, those are some things that will help you. So those are some ways for self-care. This is what me and Adam are about to be doing. We've got
relaxing socks. Who's excited about that? That's going to be the first thing I'm putting in my journal. We'll write a poem about it after this live's over so I can feel better.
So those are just some things that we do for self-care. Look, you guys, compassion fatigue is a real thing, okay? Most of us in recovery are very, what do you call it, empathic, right?
Yeah, empath.
So we really are taking on so many burdens. If you're working in recovery, if you're living in recovery and you're helping other people, you are literally just taking on other people's stuff all the time.
Right, some people call it energy.
Right, so you have got to be taking care of yourself. You have got to be doing self-care. And, what does that say?
A lot of the times, if I can't actually do the things that help me take my mind off stressors or triggers, I'll watch YouTube videos of other people doing woodworking, making stuff, or painting. Yes, definitely.
That's a good one.
Definitely. Mm-hmm. You know, you can learn something. You can watch somebody else and get some pointers on some things that you like doing. Mm-hmm. A way to get you off of that stinking thinking.
Right, and so many of us in recovery, we don't even know what we like doing when we come in, right? Like, what do we like doing? Like that.
Right, I used to like calling the man, waiting on the man, waiting on the man, waiting on the man. That's what I used to like doing.
Exactly, and now.
So I don't even know what I want to do now. I got all this time on my hands, and I just sometimes sit here in my feelings, which gets me into stinking thinking.
Right. So, really, taking this time and just changing your perception, your thoughts of things,
Flip the script on your general thought process.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. And trying to figure out, what do I like to do for self-care? And let me just break this for some of you. Self-care is not selfish. Okay?
Right.
So if you are not taking care of yourself, especially you mamas out there, Whitney Holloway, I see you. Especially you mamas out there, if you are not taking care of yourself, how do you expect to take care of anyone else?
Right.
How do you expect to take care of your children? Because you are not going to be the best version of yourself.
Right.
If you are just stressed out, pulling your hair out, having obsessive compulsive thoughts, can't stop thinking, right? Upset about so many things, like break out crying all the time. You know what I mean? Like you don't have the patience for it. You're not centered. You're not thinking right. And so we have got to make sure we are putting aside time. We are scheduling time for self-care. It is not selfish. It doesn't have to be a big thing. You don't have to make it this big, extravagant, long, whole night process. You can, if you can, that's amazing.
Yeah, but if you're really short on schedule, you cut you out 15 minutes, half hour, whatever the duration required for a little bit. Mm-hmm. And it's okay to start real small. And then as you learn how to work the self-care program, you can continuously add to it.
Exactly. Just doing something being intentional doing something. So I want to just talk to you about some resources here. I'm going to put them in the description after. So we have the Cares Warm line. If you are struggling and you need someone to talk to, if you are struggling with recovery, if you're struggling inactive addiction, if you are struggling with depression and with grief,
if you're just struggling,
yes, it's 24 hours. The Cares Warm line. I will put the phone number in the description. Also, the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline.
This is a big one.
This is so big. Like,
yeah.
There is nothing that is worth your life.
Right.
Okay, nothing. No matter how far down you think you have fallen, it's not what it looks like, okay? Whatever the enemy is telling you in your mind, it's not true, okay? There's never, ever, ever a good enough reason for your life to be gone, okay? The Samson National Helpline is another one I'm going to put up there. And then you can contact your local recovery community organization to get free peer coaching. So this is free. It doesn't cost any money. You can call them. So some resources I'm going to put down are...
And all these resources are based out of Georgia, right?
Yes,
I mean,
these are all in Georgia.
Other than our national, the two nationals,
right.
Everything we're referenced to is in the state of Georgia.
Right.
Okay, because I've seen local RCO, and that's really not too big of a thing.
So I've got Divas Who Win Freedom Center, PLR, People Living in Recovery, Reboot Jackson. Those are all Athens-based. We've got Jay's Place in Gainesville. We've got Navigate Recovery in Gwinnett. We've got Rise Recovery in Atlanta, and The Connection in Forsyth. So I will put all of those in the description after. And so make sure you guys, if you are struggling, please reach out.
To someone. Anyone.
Yes. If you don't have anyone, you can use one of these resources. And just remember, no matter what you are going through, nothing is worth your life. Nothing is worth getting high over. You have people who love you and care about you, whether you know it or not, whether you believe it or not, it's true. So, yep, so that's all we have for you guys. So I hope you guys have a great night. Thanks for hanging out with us, and we will see you soon.
Take care.